Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be a weekly vlog. So literally Monday to Friday I'm going to show you what I get up to every single day. So this week we've got quite a few exciting things. It's going to feature a lot of riding, a lot of stuff with Smokes, he's got the saddle fitter also, and a lot of stuff here on the farm. So before we jump into Monday, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to the video sponsor, which is JFC Equine. If you don't know who they are, you definitely should by now, and if you haven't seen my last video, I'll link it down in the description box below. JFC produce a lot of agricultural and equine items, everything from wheelbarrows to feeders to drinkers, you name it, they do it, and they do it very well. So these guys have kindly gifted me a Big Bertha, my wonderful wheelbarrow that I will be using throughout this video, and also Smokey's circular feeder, which we will also be using through the video. So a massive thank you to them for sponsoring this video, and as always, their links will be in the description box below. Right, let's jump into Monday. So guys, today is Monday and welcome to day one of the weekly vlog. So I am about to head down to the livery yard to see to Smokey. Now this week it is my mission to get Smokey fitter and ready, because in 2 weeks time I've agreed, well less than 2 weeks time now, I've agreed to take him to a show jumping competition. Now our last one didn't go very well. And he's very unfit at the moment. So yesterday I clipped him to get him ready to go out and start getting a bit fitter. So I'll show you how that went. So this is Mr. Smokey before he's had a clip. As you can see, he's looking very clean because I did actually give him a bath before clipping him to try and make it a bit easier and so as to not dull my blades everything. As you can see, we've got some very fluffy legs that will be coming off. He doesn't look that fluffy from a distance, but he actually is very fluffy, and that mane and tail are in need of a good cut, which I won't be doing today, just because I won't have the time. But I need to quickly get all of this fur off, and as you can see, it's so fluffy. I am going to leave him a little saddle patch, because he did get a little bit sore on his back last year, because obviously greys are sensitive skinned anyway. So I'll be drawing around his saddle first. This may be interesting. I'm not the best at clipping. So now that Smokey is all clipped, I rode him out and hacked him out, and that was good. So we're trying to up his fitness via doing that. Today I want to school him. Maybe put a little jump up, but we've got a combined training arena hire on Wednesday, so that's not essential. But yeah, so I'm going to go down to the yard now, work him anyway, get that fitness up, maybe take him for a walk around the block to cool off afterwards. But yeah, that's my plan for Smokes today, and then I've got some bits and bobs to do this afternoon. But basically I want to do a weekly vlog because I have a lot going on this week. We have arena hires, I have Freddy, my friend who's a natural horsemanship trainer, come to see Smokey and me. We just have a lot, and Ella's got a day out and that'll be a groom for her for. We've got saddle fitter. We have lots and lots of different things happening, so lots for you to see. So I'll stop rambling, we'll go see Smokey and go and get him worked. What's this stuck on? There we go. Good boy. Really need to sort your mane out. It's coming off here. Come on, little man. Excuse me, cat. Come on. It's a kitty cat. Right, stand. Tell this may not be a brain using lesson. Didn't say move. Stand. 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 Oh, somebody's been clipped. Good boy. Long range stretches. No need for the snorts though. Is there, really? So my plan with Smokes today was to do a bit of work on his canter. Obviously we are trying to get him a bit fitter. Because he's not been in consistent work for a few weeks now. I've been in Mexico for 2 weeks, and before that I was very, very busy. So he's not been in consistent work for a little while. So I'm going to try and start getting him into more consistent work and fitting him up. Most of the fitness will be done via hacking him out. A, we both enjoy it a bit more, and B, it's much quicker to get his fitness up out there. But he will be having weekly schooling sessions as well, of course. What? Stand! it's literally been there the entire time. So Smokey decided for the very first time since we've moved to this yard that this end of the school was very scary and that he couldn't possibly walk past it nicely. When he's not been running for a little while, he does like to have silly little spooks at things. So what I decided to do was work him in that half of the arena until he'd calmed down and wasn't reacting to anything there. So when Smokey spooks or when he looks at stuff, I always try and slow the pace down because his reaction is run away fast. So we started off by just trotting past it, doing it nice and slowly and not allowing him to rush. So if he changed his sort of pace and he went quicker past it, then he'd come back round towards it. And this has slowly taught Smokey that if you're scared of something, you can't just run away from it, which is why I initially turned him back to it when he spooked, made him stand and patted him to reassure him, it's okay, you know, you're fine. But he did very quickly get over the fact that that end of the arena looked slightly different and was slightly scary. And he started working quite nicely. He was actually getting a little bit lazy after a while, which you know when he gets lazy that you've overcome those demons. So I then started doing an actual bit of schooling. We did some canter work, and this is the point that the pivot managed to lose me, and it lost me for pretty much the entire session. So that was annoying, but never mind. But by the end of it, Smokes was pretty tired, and I thought, let's go for a little walk around the block. Now, today, you may have heard, the winds are very high. It's about 30 miles per hour wind, and I've decided to take him for a walk around the block in the gale. But he is so good to hack out, and I think it's really good for him. So after every sort of schooling session where he's had to use his brain a lot, or maybe he's not been that focused, I will then take him for a walk around the hack, because he focuses really well on me out hacking, because it's only me and him, and obviously there's lots of scary things, so he has to listen to me. And B, he's very bold out hacking now on his own, like he's really good, so I think it just takes the pressure off him a little bit, because in the school he can get a little bit like caught up with what I'm asking of him, with him still being a bit green. So we like to go for a nice chilled hack around the block, which is what we did today. Good little man. We're homeward stretch now, aren't we? Yeah! On the homeward stretch, Mum. So once we got back, I untacked Smokey and popped his rug on, gave him a brush off, and turned him back out so he can go and enjoy the rest of the afternoon in the field. And it's time for me to head home to get some work done. So guys, it is now much later on from when I last saw you this morning. I have spent all afternoon on my laptop, which is just here, and I have been having meetings with clients, I have been scheduling future content, arranging content shoots, lots and lots of stuff. So if you don't know, as well as my YouTube, my socials and everything that I do, I also work for brands as a social media manager, so I run different equestrian brands on social media as well. So I've had lots of meetings about plans for the next few months and shoots and lots of exciting things. Absolutely love it, but my brain is a little bit fried now. So that's what I've done literally for the rest of the day. It's 5 o'clock now. I'm going to walk the dog, make tea, and then I'll do a bit more work this evening. But yeah, I'll probably leave it for today because I'm not doing anything exciting or really horsey related for the rest of the day. Tomorrow, however, we've got a few exciting things. So yeah, I'll leave it for today, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Good morning and welcome to Tuesday. So today I am about to make myself a cup of tea. We're going for a big cup, like the size of my head cup today, because I feel I need it. It's a really cold morning, as my dog is demonstrating by just sitting outside and staring at me. Want to see his face? Like, how dare you put me outside when it's so cold? Come on in. So, as I was saying, very cold this morning. One of those don't want to get dressed out your PJs. But I found my Equiboodle jumper, so I'm really happy. I've been wondering where this was for a while. It was in a drawer that I never used. And also, Freddy, my lovely friend and horse trainer, Freddy Steele, if you don't know him, you should, is coming to visit us. So he's coming to see Smokey down at the yard, and in typical Freddy style, he's going to be running slightly late, which is great because it actually gives him a chance to get stuff done before we go down to the yard. But yeah, today's going to be a good day. It's a nice sunny day, so I think it's going to be one of those cold, sunny autumnal days, which are my favourite. So yeah, in a moment we'll head down to the yard and I will show you Smokey's flat work session with Freddy, and we'll have a little bit of a catch up with him. So Freddy's here and he's taking Smokes to go and do a bit of a groundwork session. We've not kept up with this very well recently, but he has been very, very well behaved. So yeah, I'll show you a few snippets as we go through. Do not judge my pony's clip. I know it's horrendous and I am working on it. But yeah, it's so nice to see Freddy again. And excited to see what him and Smokes do today. So what Freddy does is basically use natural horsemanship to help Smokey cope with life. So Smokey is quite an anxious pony, and a lot of this comes from the fact that he's never been given clear yes and no's when he was produced. Smokey came from a very rushed upbringing before I took him on, and we've had to take a lot of things back to basics. He rushes when he's not sure of what to do, so he very much doesn't know what's yes and what's no. So Freddy's worked with him a lot on making Smokey calm and comfortable and saying this is where you need to be, this is where you don't need to be. And so you'll see a lot. Smokey's very relaxed, and his ears are back, his head's down. He's much happier now that he knows what we're asking of him. Now today Freddy introduced something new, which was for Smokey to follow him as he walks backwards. So Smokey's always walked at the side of him, and we did this so that when he was leading, he knew exactly where he needed to be, he knew not to overtake you. And now we're kind of teaching him to focus on us and to follow us, because one thing that Smokey does do is he's very easily distracted. So this was a really good test for him today, and he did really well. He's actually really quick at picking things up, and Freddy got his steps in for the day, running backwards around the arena. Sadly, I didn't film very much actually, because I was chatting to Freddy, we were having a catch up, and I just kind of forgot to put the camera on. But it was a really good session, and I was really proud of Smokey, and he was super chilled and just very good, so I was happy with that. And then when I got home, I took Ted for a walk, looking like a witch. I literally had my little riding boots on, my little job boots, and the knee-high socks. Honestly, people on my estate must think I'm absolutely mental. But I took Ted for a nice walk. Then I got myself a lunch, and I'm having a very rare working on the sofa day today. So going to be editing and seeing to clients' work, but I have no meetings, which means I can do it from the sofa. Welcome to Wednesday. So today I am off in the car with my dad to pick up our Horsebox, which has been in for modifications, and I am so excited to bring it home. Hi guys, so it is now Wednesday and I have just been to collect my box from about an hour away. So we've had a few modifications done to it. Just driven it home and really happy with how it's turned out. There are a few things I would have tweaked, but I'm still really happy with it. So I thought I'd show you the alterations that we've had made, and this means that I can actually finally go back on days out with Smokey and do a lot more with him. But yeah, I'll show you the box and the few things we've had done to it. So the main thing we've had changed is this. So this used to be, well, it's a brand new, I don't know even what you call them, separator. So it used to be a stallion one that went all the way up, but Smokey can sometimes rear when he's on his own travelling, and I think it was just a little bit too claustrophobic for him. So we've adjusted it now to a more regular partition. We still have the stallion one because that's what we need Chilli to travel in, because obviously my horses are not easy. So this is now the new partition. Because we've had to have this put in, I'll show you around the front. So we can now take this section out, which is what I would like to do, but I don't know if the breast bar is going to be too high for Smokey, for me to have this out for him to be secure enough. So we'll have to see. But now we have breast bars, which we didn't have before, and I'm also hoping that this will help with him not rearing in the box, because he'll be more confined in a way, like space-wise, because he used to walk backwards and forth quite a bit, whereas this will limit that, or at least that's my hope anyway. We'll find out tomorrow when I take him out. But yeah, I eventually want to get rid of this. We'll see what happens with that. It's just really inconvenient having that there and a solid partition in between. And then up here we now have this netting that's been put on, and like an area to put things in there, which we previously didn't have. So that's obviously the bulkhead where I slept during camp, but we want it for storage now, so we've got that on there. And then in the back, oh yeah, we've had the tie rings reattached because they weren't on properly. Basically, the person we bought the box off had just had it made, but some of the things just weren't done quite well. So like, for example, the tie rings were not attached in the way they should be, so they didn't have the bolts on the side. They just screwed it into the side of this, and it doesn't hold properly. So we've had the bolts reattached. We now have a saddle rack. So this is which I didn't have before, believe it or not. My box did not have a saddle rack at all, so now I have that, so that is lots better. And then I also have some extra storage now. So before, under these seats, they didn't have the option to open. So now they have a hinge and a door and the option to open, so I can actually put things in here, which previously you couldn't do. They just covered the wheel arches. Why can't I talk? They just covered the wheel arches before, so you couldn't use that for storage, but now I have extra storage. So in there I can put things like a first aid kit, spare rugs, anything that's gonna like jingle jangle about, which I don't want it to do when we're in transit. And then this side is the exact same. I was hoping to get some storage put in this side, maybe like a cupboard or something. So maybe we'll get that done eventually, but for now, we just have the storage under the seat. And then the final change, well no, there's a few little tweaks. So for example, we've had, oh, let me close that because it is very windy today and I don't want to ruin my box. And then, so the final little tweaks are, out here we've got like a latch to hold the door back, and then around here we now have new tie rings, which we previously didn't have any tie rings on this box. So when I was tacking up everything, I just had to hold them. So yeah, we now have tie rings, so that is so much better. And also everything has been checked over, the ramp's been reinforced, the engine, the sump tank's been changed on it or something. I don't know, I'm not very technical with these things. So also it's been waterproof on the roof, and the underneath has all been waterproof because that hadn't been done. And then engine's been checked, everything's been checked basically. It's had like a full check of everything that we possibly can, and then obviously the alterations that we requested. So yeah, I'm super happy with it. Really excited to take Smokey out tomorrow and see how he travels in it now that it's not a stallion partition. That was the word I was looking for earlier, partition. And see if he travels better in it. He has been travelling okay in it, but he just had a few episodes of rearing when he was travelling on his own. So we will see tomorrow when I take him for his flat work lesson anyway. But yeah, that's my box. Very happy to have it back. Literally can't wait to go to a few days out, which we'll be doing with Ellie very soon. So I've got flat work lesson tomorrow, and then next week we are going out for a nice autumnal hack somewhere, which you'll see in an upcoming video. But yeah, so guys, it is now Friday and there was a slight change of plans. Basically for the last day and a half I've been up something that I can't tell you about, so that changed my plans. I was meant to take Smokey combined training and also meant to have a flat work lesson with him and try out the box. However, I had to go and do something else, which you will find about very soon. But basically it's now Friday and I'm going to be helping out at my parents' farm today. So the first thing that I need to do is go and poo pick, And of course we are using Big Bertha, my 250 litre tipping wheelbarrow from JFC Equine. She is the love of my life at the moment, like I'm obsessed with this wheelbarrow, and you will see why. But today what I'm going to be doing is Poo Picking. I'm basically just looking after the horses at home and doing their kind of like morning routine, afternoon routine, and doing a few other bits and bobs. But yeah, let's go and head over and poo pick. Mum's already done Chunk, Chilli and Lucy. I couldn't remember which one she's done then. So I've got Taffy, Daddy and Caramel to do today. So just saying into Taff's field now, and we'll go and get the horses poo picked. So I've finished Poo Picking all 3 fields now, and I thought I would show you literally how much space is left in this wheelbarrow. So obviously Caramel's only little, so there's Danny, Taffy and Caramel in here, but it's not even half full, which I'm really happy about, because that probably means I can fit all 6 fields in here, which saves me so many trips to the muck heap, like 3-4 trips, which saves me a lot of time. But anyway, I'm going to empty this now and show you how Big Bertha tips, because she's pretty cool. So now I've finished Poo Picking, I'm going to load her up ready for lunchtime. So So 5 hay nets fit in her perfectly without it like overflowing or anything, and that's Taffy's chop. So that's all ready for us to feed them at lunch. So guys, it has turned stupidly cold and windy, and even the sun's just gone in, which isn't on, is it, Chill Bob? Oh, there it is, a bit more sun, but yeah, it's not very nice. It's very, very windy today. Hello! Ow! Bit me! You're naughty. Oh, thank you. I was going to show you. Stop biting me! I was going to show you. I feel like you're going to take my hat off my head. Chilli! I was going to show you, if I could finish the sentence, the state of Chilli. Stop bugging me, I have no sweets. The state of Chilli. Ah! Boney! Stop it! He is absolutely filthy. He's not been clipped yet because he hates being clipped. I am not a scratching post! Oh my goodness. He has not been clipped yet. Ah! So he's not got a rug on. This is just chaos, chill. I am so little compared to you. You cannot scratch on me. You cannot. She's very, very naughty. Do you care? No. So basically, it's been turned out every day without a rug, and it's getting muddy, obviously, because of the time of year. And he's just absolutely filthy, and has no manners. Chilli pepper, don't put your paw up. Your leg, don't paw me. Oh. Right, I'm going to show them how disgusting you are, as well as being naughty and having no manners. Oh, it's a good job you're cute. Should we show them how dirty you are? Are you ready for this, guys? Oh, he's leaving. He's trying to walk away now. Right, stand. Show them how. Look at the state of this. What is that? What are those? He's worked very hard on being that dirty, haven't you? I hate owning greys. I absolutely, it's my favourite colour of horse. I think greys are the most beautiful, but not when they look like this. He's even made sure to really scrub the tail, so that's nice. And normally has a good side and a bad side. We are equally bad. Both are equally disgusting. What do you have to say for yourself? Zero remorse. Absolutely none. Yeah, zero. But yeah, so at some point I need to bring this giant thing up and give it a groom, which will probably take me several hours. Good boy. Love you. So while I'm down at the fields, I'm going to bring up Taffy's circular floor feeder, again from JFC, and give it a good old clean, because as you can see, it's looking very well loved. So you can just jet wash these. What I'm going to be doing today is wetting it and then using a bit of fairy liquid and giving it a scrub. This is exactly the same way I would clean any normal bucket, so that's just what I'm doing today, and it's easier than me getting the jet wash out, but you'll see how easy they are to clean. Now this has been in Taffy's field for several weeks and has had a feed in it 3 times a day, so it's had a lot of use out of it already, and you'll see that when it's cleaned it literally comes up brand new. It's been kicked, it's had mud on it, it's had like mash on it, it's had a lot, but a little bit of fairy and a little bit of a scrub and she'll be looking good as new. So again, I'm just using an old brush, and we love a good, satisfying transition, a little bit of a clean on this channel. Everyone loves a spring clean. So I thought I'd give you just a mini one today, just doing one item. So you can see how well that has come up. It literally looks brand new. There aren't any scuffs or marks on it, even after a good few weeks use. So I'm really, really pleased with that. I actually didn't expect it to come up this, like, looking brand new, like that good. So I'm going to pop that in the sun in a moment and let that dry before I go down and feed the horses later on. Okay, so now it's time to feed the horses. And I've popped you on the GoPro so that hopefully I've got a spare hand. Taffy feed. So it's just Taff's feed to give him for now because it's their lunchtime feed that they're having. So Taff mush, which is going to go in his nicely clean bucket that I also need to take down. And then Miss Chilli chops. Mum said it's all in here, it just needs mixing. So he's got his, what do you call it? What do you call it now? Oh, I can't remember. For his allergies, it's what you take for hay fever, Piriton. There we go. So he's got his Piriton in there, which he just has to have a little feed for, just to get that into him. So that's coming down as well. I forgot to turn the light off in here, I'll just pop that in some water, and here we go. So I loaded all the hay nets up earlier, so that's fine. I do need to put the big thing on. What I tend to do with this, because it's an annoying bucket that likes to go everywhere, is just pop it on the handle. These can go on Big Bertha, and then we'll get the ground feeder as well while we're at it. I absolutely love having such a big wheelbarrow that I can just chuck everything in, because honestly when you have so many horses and you're taking so much down, absolute nightmare. Gosh, it's windy out here now. So I didn't really bother cleaning the bottom because it's going to be it's going to get muddy anyway, but I've cleaned the inside and it looks a hell of a lot cleaner. Look at that. It literally looks brand new, which is just fabulous. And this is what I was saying about earlier. I could literally just give him his feed like that so that the inside of this would stay clean. But we just bring the buckets back up because we need them. But yeah, let's go feed the ponies. Yes, I know. Where is yours? Yours is here. Little Miss Madam. I'm going to hang all of the horses' hay nets up. So now we'll feed Mr. Grumpy Pants himself. There you go, Chill Bob. Don't be grumpy. Your loop on it here. You might be better off because it's full of water, so you can't tip it or knock it. It's a little bit heavy, so we'll open the gate. Come on in then. Yes. There you go. armrest. Can I get it in? Thank you. There you go. What do you think? Nice and clean? You have to dribble all of your food all over it again. Sort out the mane, shall we, Charles? Because I don't even know what's happening. You can see. So you can see. You big quiff. Good lad. You look like Elvis. So guys, that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed a weekly vlog and a little bit of a different format. Obviously not everything I wanted to include in this week's vlog happened because of several exciting things, but hopefully next time I do a weekly vlog, everything I plan will end up in the video. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you did enjoy a weekly vlog, if you want to see more of these. And as always, a massive thank you to today's sponsor, JFC Equine. I'll pop in the description all the links to their website and their socials, so go check them out because everyone needs a big berth in their life. And I will see you next week for another video. Bye guys!